All right, welcome back to the Onebar Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus, and we're here to preview the battle between the 4-6 Vikings and the 4-7 Panthers. Yuck.
Yes, the prodigal son returns this weekend. Teddy Bridgewater comes back to Minnesota to start against the team that brought him into the NFL. And, it's weird. Every Minnesota Vikings fan just seems to love Teddy Bridgewater. Mike Zimmer loves Teddy Bridgewater. And now he's one of the enemies.
Yeah, I mean, love or hate how he played. He's a tough guy not to just love the fact that how he is off the field. He's a very lovable guy, and I hope he has a fantastic career in Carolina. I just hope he lays a big old turd on Sunday.
Yeah, and Teddy was always weird. Never really had level play. Some days he looked good, some days he didn't look so good. So, I just think everybody kind of felt like he was starting to come into his own. And that horrific knee injury hit, and probably just mourning what could have been, I think is what it is.
Yeah, he seems to be doing the same stuff in Carolina, just kind of more of a game manager. Has some good games, bad games, but I'll always remember when I yelled at him at training camp that I loved him, and he didn't even look, and he heard it. It was quiet, plain as day.
Yeah, you're trying to get your daughter to do something, and he didn't look at her either.
Didn't work. wasn't interested. But let's get to know these Panthers a little bit here. Like I said, they're 4-7. They've beaten the Chargers, Cardinals, and Falcons. So they've actually beaten some decent teams, Chargers and Cardinals. Offensively ranked 17th overall, 17th passing, 21st rushing. Defensively, middle of the road, they're 18th overall, 19th against the pass, 18th against the rush. So right in the middle of everything.
Yeah, let's not forget some of their losses. They lost really close game against the Chiefs. They took them down to the wire. The Saints was the same way. So they have actually gone toe-to-toe with some very good teams, and they're probably better than their 4-7 record shows. So, again, statistically a middle-of-the-road team, but probably one that could easily have a couple more wins under the belt if the ball would have bounced a little bit differently.
Yeah, this team is much better than the Dallas Cowboys team we just lost to, disgustingly. So the Vikings better have their A game on if they want to take a dubski here.
Absolutely. Do you hear something?
Yeah, I think I do.
It's the Onebar injury report.
Wow, that took a long time. Yeah, the injury report, not fantastic for the Vikings. Reports already coming out that Adam Thielen on that COVID list does not appear he will be playing, which we will definitely be talking about. Ezra Cleveland out again, already ruled out. Jordan Brailford, he's out. And Irv Smith Jr., doubtful, so it's not looking like he's going to play. So some pretty big names on that injury report. When you look at the Panthers, McCaffrey, questionable. I think everyone thinks it'd be a very big shock if he actually played. Russell Okung, questionable. Dennis Daly, their guard, is out. Sam Franklin, John Miller, Tahir Whitehead, Brandon Zylstra, a name we all know, are questionable. And Dante Jackson, their cornerback, is doubtful. So they got some pretty good, pretty big names too.
Yeah, with Thielen out, and Irv Smith, though, this is got to be a very, very heavy Delvin Cook game for the Vikings offense. But again, we'll delve in that a little bit later. So yeah, both teams got some injuries, but Vikings probably have a little bigger one there with those two out. Let's hop in our little planes here and let's take a trip around the NFC North. Well, after yesterday, the Detroit Lions there at the very bottom, 4-7. Vikings, who lost to the team that got destroyed by the Washington football team yesterday, are 4-6.
God, I'm sorry. I just got to interrupt. Dallas is so bad. So bad. We lost to them.
They beat us. Yeah, we did. And Bears at 5-5, Packers 7-3. Again, not much changing here. The Packers still the class of the division. It's just going to, all those bottom three shakeouts is going to be the question. Probably not another playoff team from this division besides the Green Bay Packers.
Wah, wah.
Mm-hmm.
Sad day.
Yeah, so let's take another look at these Carolina Panthers. They got some new faces. Obviously, the big one, Teddy Bridgewater, we already talked about. They also got wide receiver Robbie Anderson, wide receiver Farrell Cooper. They did get the former Viking Stephen Weatherly, but he got hurt out for the season. Safety Trey Boston, quarterback PJ Walker. Just a few of the names here. Defensive tackle Zach Kerr, safety Justin Burris, linebacker Tahir Whitehead. Some of the veterans, they were kind of busy, it looks like, in the offseason, spending some money. As far as the draft goes, the three big names, Derek Brown, Yatir Gross-Matos, and Jeremy Chin, that beautiful safety / linebacker who's having a hell of a rookie season. Some even saying a lock to be defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, he's definitely in consideration. I mean, just quick on the Panthers draft class, every one of their draft picks defensive. Everyone. They're building that defense for the future, and they did a damn good job.
They really did. You should write them a letter.
I already have.
Oh my God, you just put a stamp on it?
It's probably there.
Will you show me how you lit the envelope?
No. Moving on. So they might have a lot of new faces, but not a lot of those names get me too scared.
No, I mean, there's a couple that do. I mean, Robbie Anderson's one, but yeah. So let's talk about a segment we do with every new team that we face. Who is your favorite Panther of all time? I know you study this team often. You write them letters. Who's your favorite Panther of all time?
And when I was looking back, they came in the league in '95. A lot of names coming back that I haven't thought of in a long time. How about this one? This isn't my guy, but this is a name I completely forgot about him. Deshaun Foster. Remember that guy?
He sucked.
He wasn't that bad. He was not that bad. He was before Jonathan Stewart. Deshaun Foster, Rocket Ismail, Steve Berline, all these old names coming back. There was fantastic Muhammad, but I'm going with the easy one. It's D'Angelo Williams, running back. He was just a peach off the field, does so much shit off the field, and not to mention he was a fantastic running back, over 8,000 career yards. D'Angelo Williams, and it's not even close. Number 2 is Jared Allen.
For me, it's it goes back to the draft. A guy really wanted the Vikings to take. He didn't fall far enough to the Vikings. This linebacker, safety, Thomas Davis. This guy came in, he was just a steady presence on the Panthers for a long, long time. Great player off the field as well. Has some organizations. I think he's won Man of the Year. I love Thomas Davis. I think he played with like a broken leg once that was like flopping around, but he kept going.
Did.
I wanted him on the Vikings so damn bad, and I was heartbroken when we didn't get him, but I was happy to see him have a hell of a career with the Carolina Panthers. I've always loved Thomas Davis, and I always will.
Yeah, but didn't we that year? Who'd we get aside from Thomas Davis?
Was that the Greenway year?
Huh?
It might have been the Greenway year or something.
Yeah, I don't think that was. I think it panned out well. And just looking further into Deshaun Foster's career stats, yeah, all right, he wasn't that great.
He was horrible. Second round pick, I believe, wasn't he?
Wasn't horrible, just not great. Not great. All right, let's. If we could take any Carolina Panther and pluck them off their roster and throw them in Minnesota Viking purple, who would it be? They got some good options here.
Oh yeah, and mine isn't really based on what this guy's done this year. It's just the potential he has. I'm going Derek Brown, the D tackle they drafted with the 8th overall pick, I believe. This guy's already proven to be a good run stuffer. He's got the potential to develop that pass rushing ability. To have this guy on the Vikings right now would be huge. Just knowing that you got that piece in place for the middle of your defensive line, the penetrator, the run stuffer, the guy who can kind of do it all, be like a new Kevin Williams for the Vikings would be huge, and something we'll be looking for in the next draft and the one after that if we don't do it next year.
Yeah, that's a fantastic pick. Just revisiting the Thomas Davis, who we drafted instead. Unfortunately, that was the year of Troy Williamson and Erasmus James.
Oh, God, we could have had him.
Even more. Thomas Davis was 14th overall. Yuck. Yeah, Derek Brown. He was probably my second guy, but I'm going with Jeremy Chin. The guy is fantastic. They line him up everywhere. Corner, safety, linebacker. He's even lined up at defensive tackle this year.
Oh yeah.
And it's not just where they line him up. Wherever they put him, he's making an impact. He's fantastic, and he is up top to be the defensive player of the year. And just think, plopping him into this defense, that gives me the willies.
Yeah, especially Anthony Harris not having a great year. He's probably not going to be around next year because he can get some major money from somebody. Having Jeremy Chin on the roster would be huge. What an insurance policy. And then again, you said play him anywhere. The Vikings would have used him anywhere. We need him. We could have used him at corner. Could use him at linebacker at times. Hell, might as well put him at DN, see if he can rush the passer.
Yeah, he'd probably be our long snapper right now.
Hell yeah, he would. No, that new guy, Joe Delgado is awesome.
That is not Joe Delgado. That's not his name, but he is off to a great start. All right, let's start actually looking at the game. Let's look at 3 ways the Vikings will lose this game.
Well, they lose this game, and it's the biggest fear if I'm the Minnesota Vikings. Is this trio wide receivers the Panthers have? DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel, who they kind of use everywhere, running back, slot, outside. If they get going against our corners, Teddy Bridgewater is going to have a huge day, and it could get ugly. It could get ugly quick. So if they just, number one, Teddy gets time to throw the ball, and those guys can run their routes, I don't see our corners being able to hold up against these speedsters.
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it. That was my first one. It wasn't so much they have some very good receivers. I'm focusing on one in particular, and that is DJ Moore. They lose by letting him take the top off the defense. I mean, he's averaging 18.8 yards a catch, which is second in the league, only to Valdez-Scantling somehow has more. He's actually tied with Justin Jefferson with 18.8, but DJ Moore, that guy is a home run every damn play, and I could see him absolutely getting around our young corners, no problem. And if that happens early, we are in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing, this could go with any game, but you lose a turnover battle. You did it against Dallas. That's why we lost that football game. Well, one of the reasons. This team cannot turn the ball over. If we're, down in the turnover category, giving them a short field, who knows, maybe they score out something. I mean, that could be the separator. That could be the difference. As good as the Vikings offense has been, the defense has been just as bad. So you cannot give the Carolina Panthers any free points in this game on Sunday and expect to win.
Yeah, you and I are on the same page with these damn Panthers because I just have turnovers. That's all I have written down. We cannot do what we did last week. You said it all. We don't even need to go more into it. It's just protect the ball. Hold on to the damn ball. Lost to the freaking Cowboys because we can't hold on to the ball. It's pathetic.
Yeah, that one's going to sting for a while. My last one here, and we can't forget this guy, but the Panthers have a stud defensive end in Brian Burns. If they got your Tur Gross Matos on their side, if those guys get going, if they get to pressure Kirk and he's feeling it, forcing balls out early, feeling pressure, even when it's not there. We've seen Kirk Cousins fumble. We've seen him throw some bad picks. They can get in his head, hit him early. I think Cousins could be put on a bad game, and that would definitely make the Vikings lose this game.
Yeah, Burns, 6 sacks, having a great year, second-year player. Whoo-wee! I just have if they keep it close. We can't keep it close. Our defense stinks. Our defense is not great, and if we keep it close, we're going to lose. That's it. Put the pedal to the metal. Put up some points. I know we're without Thielen. Throw the thing deep to Jefferson. The Panthers' secondary has not been overly great. Pound that thing to Cook. Whatever it is, it cannot be close. If it's close, I'm giving up.
You can give up?
How do you like them apples?
Don't give up. Yeah, fight till the end.
All right, fine.
You caught me.
All right, let's look at 3 ways the Vikings win this game. More of a positive note.
Well, Dalvin Cook has a big day. I mean, you want to keep this Panthers offense off the field against the way our defense has been playing. Long drives, run the clock. Dalvin Cook. Probably gonna need him as a receiver this game too with Thielen out. So I'm expecting Dalvin Cook. It's gonna have a huge day. He's due for one. I'm talking one of these 200
for 100 yards.
No, I'm talking one of these 200 ones again, like a big one like he was having earlier a couple weeks back. He's due for one of those. So Dalvin Cook has to have a huge day for the Vikings to win.
Yeah, you say Dalvin Cook have these long drives and just give it to him. If we give it to Dalvin Cook a bunch, they probably won't be long drives. He's going to bust one out. It's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be fantastic. And the Panthers have given up some pretty big games to opposing running backs. So I'm expecting Dalvin Cook to have a damn good game. I had that too. Just Dalvin, pound the ball to Dalvin Cook against this team. Do it early and often, whether it's working or not, keep doing it. So I had that. So I'll use a different one. And that's to win this one. Obviously, somebody has to step up to be that number 2 wide receiver. And not just step up, but make plays with Adam Thielen out, whether it's BC Johnson, Tajay Sharp, Chad Beebe, our 3rd leading receiver on this team. Somebody with Irv Smith out, there's got to be an unsung hero here, and I cannot wait. I hope it's somebody that nobody's expecting.
Dan Chisino.
It will not be him. But Kirk Cousins is going to need another option out there. And if he doesn't have that, we're going to be screwed. If he's looking at Justin Jefferson every damn play, we will be screwed.
Well, and Jefferson's going to have double, triple coverage on him. Why would they not? They'd be foolish not to do that. But Jefferson's going to be blanketed. He's going to be covered every single route he goes on. It's going to be hard for him to have any separation on Sunday. So, yeah, Kirk Cousins is going to have to find their target. It's probably Delvin Cook. A bunch of screens.
It might be CJ Ham on a bunch of 1 yard dump offs.
Plays. Dump off free plays. All right. Another one, another way the Vikings win is just the corners step up. And let's say they can slow down this trio, this three-headed monster of the Carolina Panthers. They weren't very good last week. Gladney and Dantzler, and God, that Chris Jones, hopefully he doesn't even play. Chris Boyd wasn't very good either. They do get Mark Fields back. I guess his lung is reinflated, so he's ready to roll. They have to step up. They had a good game against the Packers a couple weeks back. Did fairly well against the Bears. They need to. We need to see that group again. Because if they look like they did last week, if they look like they did against the Falcons, it's gonna be gross.
My last one is just penalties, no stupid mistakes. Last week against the Cowboys, 8 penalties for 80 yards was painful at times to watch. We cannot give up that many yards. We can't be doing stupid plays. And for Zimmer's health alone, let's just not play stupid football. And if we do that again, we're done. This team is too damn not good to have that many penalties.
You can't afford them. One last one I have is you got to get some pressure going. You got to pressure Teddy. You cannot let him sit back there and have all day to throw. We barely had any pressure last week on Andy Dalton. I don't know where Fidi Adenabo's been all year. I know you love him, but I do not.
Yeah, you are the most negative guy behind Adenabo.
It's because I had so much hope for him, and he's done nothing but fail me.
Fail. He's done all right.
He's failed me. Yes, he's failed me hard. DJ Wanham again was quiet last week. He's got to show up. Jalen Holmes, somebody. I don't care who it is. Somebody step up. Get some sacks, get some pressure going, because, again, if Teddy has time, that means the receivers are going to have time to run their routes. We got to have him throwing the ball before he wants to, because if he's got time, it's going to be gross. Yeah,
and let's even though this isn't on our agenda or list, but let's talk about Ezra Cleveland being out too. That's going to be while I would wish Ezra Cleveland was playing, it's going to be interesting to see if Bush Jones comes in and has another solid game like he did, or if that was just a fluke. Because if he comes in and has another good game, Dakota Dozier should be hitting the pine when Ezra Cleveland comes back.
Well, it's just the weird thing with Cleveland. It's like he was kind of the gel when he got in there. I mean, even if he didn't play that well, the whole line just seemed to play better. They clicked better. They just like he was the piece that made him hum.
Hum.
Yeah. So, and they, the line last week was not good. They got to play better. If Bush Jones does play well again, then maybe you do slide him over left side, and Cleveland comes back, and maybe your line's even better for these last 4 or 5 meaningless games for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, and another talker with Herb Smith being out, with Adam Thielen being out. Old Tyler Conkenonk might be seeing some targets. He could have a nice 3 for 22 yards.
Be a career day for him. Maybe Brandon Dillon gets a target.
Oh my God. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens with this offense, because we are hurting for a squirting. So it's some guys are gonna have to step up.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be just Devin Cook in a different way, and that's going to my bold prediction. So I don't want to go into it too much.
All right. Let's talk game changer. Who's gonna be the game changer in this game?
Well, this is pretty boring. Because he's the game changer every week. But it has to be Delvin Cook. I think they're going to take Justin Jefferson out of the game. There's no Adam Thielen. Cook he's going to be the focal point of the Vikings offense. Everything's going to go through him, even more than it usually does. I expect 30 carries for him. I expect him to see a shit ton of targets. Delvin Cook is the difference maker, is the game changer, and he is the guy the Vikings need to ride hard until it hurts. Man, poor Dalvin, that poor body of his. We gotta keep him fresh. You're probably right. Deep down, I hope Alexander Madison gets at least like 5 to 8 carries. I mean, we got to really start putting the brakes on Dalvin Cook, or he's going to retire when he's 27 years old. Never. He loves it.
He
loves all the huge load he's getting.
My game changer is actually Brian O'Neill. Brian O'Neill against Mr. Burnsy. Brian Burns. That's going to be a huge matchup. Burns is been fantastic this year, and Brian O'Neill needs to keep him in check, keep him out of Kirk Cousins' ass, or we will be in deep, deep trouble. And I have all the confidence in the world in Mr. O'Neill.
Yeah, it makes you feel good that your best tackle is going against their best pass rusher. So that's definitely something that Vikings can be hopeful for. Again, I'm still putting CJ Ham over there. I'm cracking down on Burns as much as I can with the tight end. I trust Brian O'Neill, but Brian Burns is damn good. I'm going to respect the hell out of his game. Because again, if Cousins starts feeling it, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, and when Brian Burns coming out of Florida State, I was not a Brian Burns guy, and he is making me look like a fool because he is good.
A lot of people make you look like a fool because you're a damn fool. It's like your old man.
Oh my God. Let's talk bold prediction. What is your bold prediction for the Panthers Vikings?
I just feel like my predictions, my game changers are just a big old cup of vanilla ice cream today because it's not super exciting, but that's what it is. It's Dalvin Cook has his biggest day of the year as a receiver. I think he's going to get 150 plus receiving yards.
Wow.
They're going to hit him early and often. Brian Burns, they're going to let him come flying at Kirk, and they're going to go over the top on a little screen. I think Cook's going to have a huge day as a wide receiver, his best of the season by far.
Well, it might have been boring, but it was definitely bold. 150 yards receiving for a running back. That's fantastic.
Hell yeah.
I'll take that. My bold prediction is not nice to our beloved Teddy. I think Teddy Bridgewater comes out and lays a full-blown turd. Vikings know Teddy. They know how to get in his grill. I'm talking full turd. I'm talking 110 yards passing, 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. I just think he has a bad game. I think we're going to be able to shut him down.
Wow. I think Vikings fans would love to win, but they'd also be kind of sad for Teddy if that happened. So very weird position to be in.
Yeah, it's too bad there's no fans because Teddy would have gotten the best damn standing ovation since the time you were last at US Bank.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's not a statue of him out there.
I'm sure there will be someday. He probably threw a career, 32 touchdowns for the Vikings. I bet it's somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, you're probably right. Way better than your Deshaun Foster prediction or whatever.
Yeah, he almost had 1,000 yards a couple times. I thought he had one, but whatever. So wrapping this thing up, we're gonna have our game prediction tomorrow, so make sure to tune into that for the score prediction. But I think there's going to be a good amount of points scored, and I think it's probably going to be pretty close, which is not going to be good for the Vikings.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it too much, but I do think this is going to be a very, very fun game. A lot of points, not much defense. I think it's going to be back and forth, high scoring. Remember that Teddy against Miami game when he was with us back, 15, whatever it was? That thing was nuts, and I'm expecting one kind of like that. Just a lot of crazy plays. So it's going to be fun, though. I'm excited.
Yeah, and just to let you know, Teddy has a career 22 touchdown passes for the Vikings.
Wow.
Much lower than expected.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but you probably didn't know this. When you blush, feel awkward or embarrassed, the inside of your stomach turns a bright red.